All right, I'd like to call the organizational meeting of the Town of Claresholm Municipal Council to order at 7 o'clock. First order of business on the agenda is the official oaths, and we'll turn the time over to Karen Linderman to swear the oaths with council.
Oh.
Sorry. We're going to come around here instead. Take a picture. And I'm just hoping the mic will pick it up.
Do you, Chelsea Petrovic, swear that you will diligently, faithfully, and to the best of your ability, execute according to law the office of mayor for the town of Claresholm, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Keith, you're next.
So I just want you guys, you don't mind standing there and let them know.
Oh. Do you, Keith Carlson, swear that you will diligently, faithfully, and to the best of your ability, execute according to law the office of councillor for the town of Claresholm, so help you God?
I do.
Do you, Mike Cutler, swear that you will diligently, faithfully, and to the best of your ability, execute according to law the office of councillor for the town of Claresholm, so help you God?
I do. Oh, it is Rod's turn. Is it? Alphabetically, right?
Oh, that's okay.
Okay, sorry.
No.
I'm just not good with my alphabet.
Well, I think I was in
Easy peasy. There we go. Oh, do you, Candace Meister, swear that you will diligently, faithfully, and to the best of your ability, execute according to law the office of councillor for the town of Claresholm, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you. All right, hello. Do you, Rod Kettles, swear that you will diligently, faithfully, and to the best of your ability, execute according to law the office of councillor for the town of Claresholm, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you.
All right.
Do you, Brad Schlossberger, swear that you will diligently, faithfully, and to the best of your ability execute according to law the office of councillor for the town of Claresholm, so help you God?
I do.
Excellent, thank you.
How are you?
Good, good.
Good, good.
All right. Do you, Craig Zimmer, swear that you will diligently, faithfully, and to the best of your ability execute according to law the office of councillor for the town of Claresholm, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you so much.
Huh? You're in. Thanks, Darren.
Thanks,
Thank
Karen.
you.
Thank you very much.
Surprising that he got both here.
Thanks for coming. Blake's like, I'm leaving too now. Thanks for coming.
Thanks, Sharon.
Now, this is a typical audience.
Is it? Okay.
Okay, the agenda is, you're all sworn in, and the agenda is now yours, Mayor.
Thanks, Dave. So I guess we would move on to official oaths are completed, so we'd move on to number 2, which is the code of conduct oath. And
Yep.
I leave that up to you.
Sure. Yeah, as per the procedural bylaw, at the inaugural meeting, council is to swear an oath, the code of conduct oath. And the code of conduct outlines expected behaviors and conduct for council in the various relationships they find themselves with, specifically with administration, with one another, and with the public. And so this code of conduct outlines that councilors should devote their time and their attention to the calling, put in the right amount of time to do the research, to make good decisions, to make impartial decisions, treat everybody with respect in the community, and also respect the decision-making process. So even if council makes a decision that you don't necessarily agree with, you're always expected to support that decision and stand behind that decision. Always strive to represent the municipality in the best possible light. Not get involved in the administrative matters, as that is the job of the CAO to do those things. Protect privileged information as well, things that you have, information that you have access to by virtue of being a councillor that the rest of the public might not, specifically closed session items that you're supposed to maintain discretion for those things. And so We will be reviewing this code of conduct in greater detail at the orientation meeting coming up. But again, as per the procedural bylaw, it outlines that council signs this document tonight. Any questions on that? Nope. So I can collect those from you after the meeting.
Thanks, Dave. I guess we'll move on to the adoption of the agenda. Does anyone have any questions or anything to add before?
Play it, Mike, down. Yeah, that's good.
Thank you. Would you like me to repeat that for you?
What?
Would you like me to repeat that for
No,
you?
I heard you.
Okay. No questions?
I'll make a motion to accept the agenda.
Thank you, Councillor Cutler. We'll pass with that adoption of the agenda. And then we'll move on to...
Chelsea, we'll just call for a vote, call for the question.
Oh, call for the vote. Thank you.
And call for the question. Karine will read that out, and then we'll get a
Okay.
vote after that.
And then question?
So it's moved by Councillor Cutler that the agenda of the organizational meeting of October 25th, 2021 be accepted as presented.
Okay. All in favor? Great. Perfect. Thank you. We will move on to the returning officers report. Corinne?
Okay, so I think the election went very well. In your packages, you had what the actual numbers were for the election. We took some numbers that we got from the provincial government as to what the town of Claresholm population was in 2020. They have a basic number. We subtracted anyone who's under 18, and we came up with 3,160 voters total that we thought were eligible to vote. We estimate that our voter turnout was 1,452, which we estimated to be about 46%, which isn't too bad. In 2017, it was a little bit more contentious. There was a lot more interest in the election, and we had 51% turnout. So, I mean, really, it was actually quite good. And you'll see the numbers there. They were official as of today, as of Friday at noon. And did I put in? Yes, I did put in the results for the Senate and the referendum vote. Those became official today. And the anticipation is that the government should be releasing the province-wide results of those, the referendum and Senate votes, tomorrow. So, anyways, I think everybody ran a really good campaign, and I want to congratulate all of you on being elected. And, of course, on the outgoing council, they did an awesome job as well. So we're looking forward to the next 4 years.
Thank you, Finn. So we'll move on to number 5, the proposed committee organization and structure. We essentially can adopt the committee assignments as presented, or we can make some amendments. Does anyone have any questions or amendments they'd like to discuss going forward? Yes, Councillor Cutler.
So the list that we got here on this one, is this the latest updated version, or is there another version that we haven't seen?
There
yet?
is. I was hoping I could make some amendments to it.
Okay.
To see if there was some questions. In terms of the Claresholm Housing Authority Board, I was hoping I could swap out Councillor Mike Cutler and put in Councillor Candice Meister for it as well. And as far as the Inter-Municipal Collaboration Framework, I have Councillor Rod Kettles, and and then an alternate as Mike Cutler. I was hoping I could swap those into Councillor Mike Cutler and the alternate as Councillor Rod Kettles. And I believe those were the two amendments that I was hoping to make, but I know you had some as well.
Yeah, I was hoping to switch off the Claresholm Welcoming Committee, and I think that Councillor Meister would be a good fit for that one. So if she's willing to take that one, I think that would be a good fit.
Okay.
I don't know how we do this, but I would like to keep the Housing Authority. I think there's things that are transgressing there with the housing authority that we're in the middle of that I would like to see follow through.
If, you just made a comment to me earlier when we were talking about it in terms of some of the people maybe not exactly being happy with the return, so I didn't know exactly what was going on with that, so I thought maybe just a switch for a time being. However, that's, I heard what you, in our previous conversation in terms of that, so I wasn't able to look into that further, and I thought maybe a possible change would be there. Thoughts?
Yeah, if you feel like that's necessary.
So I'm.
Yeah, that's
I
fine.
am coming in with.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
I did look at it all, and I took everyone's thoughts, considerations, and everything into it as well. I am open to it. I just, it was just a little thing, so I just thought, just to change it up just a little bit, to go forward and maybe see in 1 year's time to see where we are with that and to make changes possibly afterwards. Those are my recommendations, though.
Okay.
Yes.
EDC,
Yes.
there's our RETA reps kind of directly report to EDC.
Mm-hmm.
It's a connection that helps our economic development committee.
So I
that
did
was-
have, sorry, let me just pull these up. So I did have alternates for those as well, in case there was some. So I did look at all of where everyone sits in terms of internal boards and then the standing boards and committees. And I was just looking at balancing workloads. And that being said, and for the EDC, I see that we have you on, and just my thoughts behind it, of course. And I see we have you on Alberta Southwest, which they have great things to say. And there was one, where is it here? South Grow as well. And so I was hoping with possible those to continue collaborations with the EDC, and that it wasn't taking you off for any other reason than having you on those, and then to continue collaboration between all of those. Another thought that I had too, which is a possible, and we put you on the, where is it? Sorry, excuse me.
Library board.
Yes. Oh, it was the Old Man River Regional Services. I seen that you were an alternate on it before, and I wanted to put you as the counselor on there, with the possibility of swapping out for Keith Carlson, and same with the EDC too. And I wanted to have a strong focus on one or the other, and so I did have those as two alternates for it, and it was just to create lots of collaboration between everything. So that was sort of my thought process behind all of it. It wasn't for anything other than you have an amazing relationship with Alberta Southwest and South Grow as well, and then to continue those collaborations that we can have on the EDC and just all work together for it. That was my thought on all of it.
That was going to be my question as well, because the RETAs are working in direct relationship with the EDC.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's important to have that direct relationship within that board.
Okay.
So that would be my only suggestion, is that we would continue that layout as it has been.
Okay. So you'd like to remove myself from the EDC?
I think with being mayor, you can sit in on those meetings at your leisure.
Okay.
And you've got direct reporting back to it, plus
Mhm.
direct relationship with the economic development officer themselves. So that would be my caution on that, is that personally, I would like to see the RETA reps on the EDC as well.
Okay.
On the Old Man River Regional, you have Rod Kettles as appointed.
As the alternate, so you sat as the alternate before with the Old Man River Regional Services. So it was you and former Mayor Doug McPherson. So you were the alternate as Brad Schlossberger. So I was hoping to put you in charge and then have Rod Kettles as the alternate for it.
Yeah, it's different than what's on here, Brad.
Oh.
Reflected on here, okay.
Yeah, so it's not reflected on here. So that
Okay.
was my.
Yep.
Because, and
That's
the reason for that is I thought with the continuity of you know, I think that is an important service that we have, and with you being the alternate, you probably have some, you know, inside knowledge of what's going on, and that's why I put you as the main counselor on there with the alternate of Rod.
Okay.
Is that?
Yep.
Sorry, so many pieces of paper. Sorry, I'm just going through all of this. Yeah, essentially, and then another change we made was to put Rod Kettles on the rec facility users committee. I wasn't sure if that was something, I didn't know if that was a conflict of interest with you, but I knew that you had previously sat on some of those boards in the past, so you might have an inside understanding.
Yeah, I don't think that's a problem.
Wonderful. And then, sorry, so one of the questions, so for the EDC, if we were to change it to Brad Schlossberger and Keith Carlson, does that allow me to sit on that board as well?
Yes, it does.
Yeah?
As Councillor Carlson said, you're an ex officio on all of our internal committees.
Okay.
And so you're able to actually attend those committee meetings.
Okay, I am happy with that one.
Council could even put you in as the alternate as well, which means you would, by default, just go to the meetings if one of the appointees couldn't make it.
Okay.
And additionally, even if they are going as ex officio, you could go anyways.
Okay, I'm happy with that if anyone else is. Sounds good. Sorry. There was one other one as well, in terms of, where was it here? The physician recruitment and retention. I was hoping that with Mike, I could be an alternate as well with that, and we could collaborate together at some points going forward with that one. I'm not sure what you think of that, Mike.
Yeah, no, that's good.
So the amendments then would be that the Economic Development Committee would be Keith Carlson, Brad Schlossberger with the alternate of myself.
They can.
As
No.
the welcoming committee would be switched to Councillor Meister. And again, with the Claresholm Housing Authority as well, we would swap that from Councillor Cutler to Councillor Meister. I'm not sure if everyone's in agreement with those changes.
Yep.
Or would you like some time to review these new changes?
No,
No?
I think it's good.
Okay. Can we have a motion to adopt these amendments and go
I can make that
forward?
motion.
Thank you. Motion brought forward by Councillor Carlson. All in favor?
No, question.
Oh, question. Thank you. Okay.
Moved by Councillor Carlson that the proposed council organization and structure is accepted as amended.
Any further questions? Thank you. All in favor? Thank you. Motion passed. Oh, yeah.
We'd like to get a motion to accept the returning officers report, please. We forgot to get that.
Oh, we have a motion to accept the returning officers report.
I can do it.
Thank you, Councillor Kettles. Question?
Moved by Councillor Kettles that the returning officers report for the 2021 municipal election be accepted as presented.
Questions? All in favor? Great. Thank you. Sorry about that. So we will move on to regular meeting dates then. Jim?
So, this is the chance for council to set the meeting dates for the next year into 2022. The procedural bylaw does say that you can assign seating, but I don't think that's been done before. That's one option. And then also the time of the meetings. If you're happy with them at 7, you can leave it at 7. If you would like a different time, you can have that discussion for a different time. Otherwise, we still have you set for the second and fourth Mondays at the town office. If council is in favor of this meeting schedule, then a motion to approve it as presented. If you would like some discussion or changes, then have those discussions now.
Mm-hmm. Does anyone have any questions, concerns with the meeting schedule?
No, I think it's good to keep it consistent so that citizens know when things are.
Can we have someone motion to adopt that? Thank you, Councillor Schlossberger. Question?
Moved by Councillor Schlossberger to accept the regular meeting dates for 2022 as presented.
No questions or anything? All in favor? We'll move on to number 7, the appointment of deputy mayor.
So we are going to looking for council approval of the deputy mayor schedule. As per the procedural bylaw, you will be each of the councilors will be deputy mayor twice, and it goes in order of alphabetical order, starting with Councillor Carlson, and for 4-month periods.
Does anyone have any questions in regards to that?
Nope.
Could we have a motion?
And Councillor Zimmer is the deputy mayor until the end of the month.
No questions, concerns in regards to that? Can we have someone to motion that forward?
I'll make a motion to accept the deputy mayor schedule as presented.
Thank you, Councillor Zimmer. Question?
Moved by Councillor Zimmer that the deputy mayor appointments be accepted as presented.
Questions? All in favor? Thank you. We'll pass that. And we'll move on to 8, adjournment of this. Could we have a motion to, any other questions or anything before we adjourn? No? If we have a motion to go into that? I didn't have one. Thank you. Motion to adjourn by Councillor Meister. Questions? All in favor? Thank you. Motion adjourned at 7:29 p.m. Moving on to regular town council meetings. Is there any changes to this agenda before we go ahead and adopt it?
Just call the meeting to order.
Oh, call the meeting to order, sorry. Could we call the meeting to order at 7:30 p.m., please? Any changes to the agenda? Anyone would like to add in? No? Anyone to motion the adoption of this agenda?
I'll make that motion.
Thank you. Adoption of agenda motion by Councillor Cutler. Going to the minutes, the regular meeting minutes from October 12th. Any questions or concerns in regards to the October 12th meeting minutes?
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes of October 12th as presented.
Regular meeting minutes adopted or passed forward by Councillor Zimmer. Do I have to question these back? These ones? It's a question.
Moved by Councillor Zimmer that the regular meeting minutes of October 12th, 2021 be accepted as presented.
Any questions or all in favor? We'll go into the first action item, which is bylaw number 1728, the road closure bylaw, and the first reading. Leave it to you, Abe.
Yep. So on the agenda is first reading of bylaw 1728. As you explained, road closure bylaw. And this is a property located close to the old town office grounds. And the owners have requested the removal of a portion of a dead-end alley. And whenever we do that, we have to have a bylaw to close the road. The alley's never been utilized. And as a matter of fact, there's a structure over top of the alley or over a portion of the alley. The owners would like that cleaned up. And they will incur the costs associated with the surveying and what have you. And so on the agenda tonight is first reading of that bylaw that will close that road. And part of the process is that there has to be a public hearing. We'll have a public hearing after first reading, and then we have to get the approval of the Minister of Transport, Alberta Transportation, to approve that, after we get that, we'll proceed with second and third readings of the bylaw. Any questions?
Nope.
No questions?
Is there any intentions why they want it closed?
I believe it's just a housekeeping purpose. As I said, they have a structure on there, and it's in the town's zoning that is on there, and I think just for their own sake, they would like that cleaned up. They approached the town, so. And the development office doesn't have any concerns with this and feels it's actually a good thing to do.
Is it the landowner structure?
Yes, it is. Okay.
It's a cleanup from the town office land, right? Because in order for us to conduct that sale, we wanted that cleaned up, and so did they.
Any other comments or questions with this? Can we have someone to motion the first reading of the bylaw number 1728, the road closure? Thank you, Councillor Schlossberger. Any other questions, concerns? Is it question now? Question?
Moved by Councillor Schlossberger to give bylaw number 1728, a road closure bylaw, first reading.
Great. Any other questions? All in favor? Perfect. Motion passed. We'll move on to number 2, bylaw number 1730, the Regional Assessment Review Board bylaw. This is the second and third readings of this as well.
That's correct. So ORSC provides us with planning services. Within the last couple of years, they also offered a service of regional assessment review boards. So they oversee, whenever we have assessment complaints, they oversee those complaints for us. We forward the complaints to their office and they take care of it. They provide a very good service. In the past, the municipalities were responsible for hiring, training their own personnel for these boards and for paying for the clerk duties. It could be quite time consuming. Under the new agreement, what we do every year is we provide a representative to that regional board. We pay some minimal fees and they ensure that our assessment complaints are taken care of. So recently, there were some legislative changes required on their part, primarily around specifying, it used to say designated officer, and now it says the clerk, the Assessment Review Board clerk. It's just a bit more specific, and that's the change that required a new agreement. The new agreement was approved by the last council. The last council also approved first reading of the amended bylaw, and again, those changes were very minimal, just kind of really clerical changes. So the bylaw is on the agenda tonight for second and third reading.
Any questions or comments in regard to this? No? Can we have someone motion for the second reading of this? Thank you, Councillor Meister. Question?
Moved by Councillor Meister to give bylaw number 1730, a Regional Assessment Review Board bylaw, second reading.
Other questions? All in favor? Motion passed. Would we like to motion for a third reading? Thank you. Third reading motion by, sorry. No, I'm just at a moment.
Councillor Carlson.
Councillor Carlson. Question?
Moved by Councillor Carlson to give bylaw number 1730, Regional Assessment Review Board bylaws, third and final reading.
Okay. No questions or concerns? All in favor? Motion passed. Thank you. We'll move on to number 4, correspondence to Claresholm and District Chamber of Commerce in regards to their old-fashioned Christmas.
Actually, Mayor, those bylaws look quite similar. The next item is bylaw 1731.
Oh,
Procedural bylaw.
sorry about that.
Yeah.
Sorry, we'll move on to bylaw 1731, Council of Procedure bylaw, on to the second and third reading. My apologies.
Okay, so we recently approved a move to upgrade our video streaming technologies, which would allow us to live stream meetings, but also bring someone in via electronic communications or have them have remote attendance. We currently can't do that. That process is underway right now. That upgrade is underway, and in order to maximize that upgrade, we need to change our procedural bylaw to allow councillors to attend the meetings via remote attendance. Previously, what the procedure bylaw said was councillors could attend only under extenuating circumstances. That extenuating circumstance specifically was COVID-19 regulations. Moving forward, we would like for councillors, if they are sick or if they're stuck in a snowstorm and can't make it to the meeting, or if they're out of town, to be able to attend the council meeting to speak to certain items while we live stream. And so we've made amendments to reflect that councillors can attend council meetings, public hearings, and special meetings via remote attendance. And so those changes are reflected in this bylaw. The previous council approved first reading, and it's on the agenda tonight for second and third readings.
Does anyone have any questions or comments towards this?
Is there some procedures around this, or is it at the discretion of the individual member
What do you mean?
as to when they choose to live stream or when not? If someone goes holidaying down to Phoenix,
Mhm.
are they live streaming into their meeting, and is that okay?
Yep.
I do have some concerns with this one as well. And it's just how often, what those extenuating circumstances would be. I do see some possibilities for some difficulties, I guess, in regards to this. I would suggest that we could possibly pass it forward, but to revisit it in at least 12 months' time, just to put it forward to revisit to see how it is working. I think to have counselors here and to be in person is very important. I think we have a larger engagement and it's easier to discuss things in person. That being said, I would, if we do pass this and it is passed, I would really like to motion that it be brought forward in 12 months' time, just to see how it's working, if any amendments need to be made in regards to it.
I have full faith in our current council that they will be here unless they are sick or at home, or if you're in Phoenix. But that aside, I have faith that everybody will be here if they can. We don't need to have every council member here to do a council meeting. But the attractive part is that we can get delegations that can come in and live stream that may not feel comfortable standing in front of us with a mic and live streaming. We also have people we deal with on a regular basis that we have to pay to come out here to give us a presentation, which they could do on live stream and not cost us that money, right?
Yeah. By no means am I not in favor of this. I do think it's really good. I think there's lots of benefits for it as well. I just, and not saying that anyone's here, all I was just asking is a possible review in 12 months just to see how it's working for us. And that was just my only thoughts reading this. However, it's, yes, thank you.
Just a thought on that concern. One of the amendments is to section 5.1E and I, where it outlines that council meetings can be conducted through electronic communications. And it says, despite the above, councilors shall attend council meetings at the meeting location if they are able. So that expectation is pretty clear, that if you're around, if you're in Claresholm and you're capable, you're at the meeting, so.
Yeah, my worry is, I like to vacation a lot too, so if I had the, eventually I just see the potentials for going to Mexico lots if I'm going to vacation over the summer and I can just remotely do it. So that was my only concern, is just, I think at first it wouldn't be good. It could be just going forward what it would be.
And I think that reviewing this at the next organizational meeting would be perfectly acceptable as well, so.
Yeah, that was my only concern just reading this. That being said, if we want a motion to have someone to have the second reading of this. If there was any other comments or concerns, no? Motion to go have second reading by Councillor Schlossberger. Question?
Moved by Councillor Schlossberger to give bylaw number 1731 a council procedural bylaw, second reading.
Anything further? All in favor? Second reading passed. Would we like to have a third reading? Motion by Councillor Carlson to have the third reading. Question?
Moved by Councillor Carlson to give bylaw number 1731 a council procedural bylaw, third and final reading.
No other questions or concerns? All in favor? Motion passed. Now we can move on to number 4, Claresholm District Chamber of Commerce, their old-fashioned Christmas.
So correspondence from the chamber here, just outlining the old-fashioned Christmas, partnering with the EDC, local press, to be held Friday, November the 26th. And they are inviting council out to the official lighting of the Christmas tree, inviting the mayor and council. And they're highlighting the items that will be taking place. The chamber's also looking for permission for the town to close off the center portion of the parking lot to accommodate the activities. And with that is permission also to work with operations to assist with barricades and whatever else they might need down there for that event.
Does anyone have any questions or comments in regards to this?
All in favor?
All in favor, exactly. Yeah. Could we have a motion to go forward with supporting the Claresholm District Chambers of Commerce in their old-fashioned Christmas? Thank you. Motion by Councillor Kettles. Question?
Moved by Councillor Kettles to allow the Claresholm and District Chamber of Commerce to use the downtown parking lot for the old-fashioned Christmas event on November 26, 2021, with the center portion of the downtown parking lot closed, and to allow a bonfire in the downtown parking lot, weather permitting, provided that all current public health guidelines are followed.
Any other questions or concerns? Pardon me?
Nothing.
What's that over there? Any other questions or concerns? No? All in favor? Motion passed. We'll move on to number 5, correspondence, the QED Enterprise, the back alley and road conditions. Move to you, sorry.
Yeah, council has received a piece of correspondence from local business owner detailing the poor conditions of the alley, and is just requesting that this gets brought to the attention of council, that it gets improved. And I did reach out to infrastructure about the conditions, and Mike Schuweiler has acknowledged that the conditions are poor. However, our replacement, it's not currently on a plan to be improved. Roads are, there are certain roads in town. We recently did infrastructure master plan that created a outline, a schedule, a maintenance schedule for road improvement. Alleys and lanes were not included in that. And so I think if council wanted to, we would talk about alley conditions in kind of budget processes and discuss that in conjunction with the road priorities, and make some decisions at that time. Those are my thoughts, but again, this is a letter that's addressed specifically to council, so I don't want to get too involved before you've had a chance to talk about this.
Questions?
Given the construction that's going on downtown right now, it's obviously changed a lot of traffic patterns, and I can only imagine it's going to make these alleys and the potholes and such a little bit worse. Was there any consideration or remediation or so on from the existing work that would have covered that change in traffic pattern and some of the issues around that?
Not that I know of, no.
Sorry, go ahead, sir.
Thank you, sir. I would request that council be advised, because I know there's some questions around what's town property back there and what's not town property back there, because I know it's not even supposed to be a parking lot and stuff, and it'd be interesting to see what is our responsibility and what isn't our responsibility. I know we addressed this a couple of years ago, so I think for us to move forward, it would be appropriate to find out exactly what the design is back there.
And from there, I would be willing to talk with those business owners as far as a local area improvement tax and doing something like that, because the alleys are not anywhere in that 5-year plan, and the deficit on that infrastructure is not going to bump it anytime soon. So I would strongly suggest that conversation happens.
So are we able to follow both of those in terms of having Mike do an infrastructure plan for us to see what is ours and our responsibility, and then a possible proposal as Councillor Cutler, and Carlson both have suggested?
Yes, we can do that.
Okay.
Yeah. Just get a motion to that effect, please.
Can we have a motion towards both of those? Motion brought forward by Councillor Cutler. Question?
The magical gunsmithing of
Yeah.
right? The fabulous Mrs. Keys.
And yeah.
So I have moved by Councillor Cutler to direct administration to develop an infrastructure plan regarding the back alleys in the downtown area and to explore a local area improvement tax as an alternative for paving costs.
Any questions in regards to that? All in favor? Motion passed to look into that further. Thank you. Moving on to number 6, request for decision for council tablets. Dave?
Yeah. In an effort to save costs on printing, the last council has digitized their agenda delivery. And so council now gets digital agendas on iPads. To facilitate that, administration bought iPads for the council. And it has been actually quite an effective tool at saving costs on just on printing alone. And they are now 4 years old. They are getting long in the tooth, and it's time for a new purchase. We have budgeted for new iPads. And so, just looking to see what this council feels would be appropriate. There are a number of scenarios there that Blair has laid out for purchase of laptops or purchase of iPads with keyboards and pencils and covers. If council wants to carry on with what was done last time, which was the iPad with a keyboard and a cover, then there's enough money in the budget for us to proceed with purchasing those. However, if you want different options, such as laptops, the cost will go up a little bit, and we'll have to get a motion to approve those expenditures. I guess, yeah.
Yes, Councillor Cutler.
I had some time today and I did some calculations, and I like the basic iPad process. I've never needed an Apple Pencil, but we did just get the basic covers. We never got the keyboard covers last time. Is that what this is? These are just the basic covers, right? So we didn't get the keyboard.
Okay.
I think it would be beneficial if we could do the cheaper version with the smart keyboard and cover, and it still comes in under budget. I mean, I've never needed a pencil.
No.
Apple Pencil, I use it for the meetings and stuff and those types of things, so just a basic cover and keypad with the iPad, and it still comes in under budget if we just get rid of the smart cover and the Apple Pencil and just go with the smart keyboard cover.
My question would be, for the councillors from last term, has anyone had any issues with their iPads to this point?
I asked that same question, but they're going to have problems in the near future, so it's better for us to get a bunch of them at the same time instead of waiting until a problem occurs. It has to do with the updating of the systems, right? I mean, this iOS 15 and stuff like that, that's where we're going to run into problems. We won't be able to update them, because I was thinking the 4 of us could keep our old ones, but it's just better to do it all at once than it is to wait for problems, what I was kind of suggested.
Sounds good, I'm just cheap.
Yep. No, I asked the same questions.
We have a new counselor in the expertise of this stuff. What is your suggestion, Councillor Gittles?
It's absolutely appropriate to replace them all at once. My concern would be delivery cycles. We're seeing some very long delivery cycles stretching from weeks to months. And so I don't know if you've gotten any indication from your supplier about that situation. So don't throw your old ones out yet. But yes, I would agree with Councillor Cutler. The keyboard case is nice. And it does allow you to do a little bit of old-fashioned typing if that's what's required of it. These look like fine, simple options, and my experience with Apple, of course, has been, from the iPad point of view, has been fine. We have literally 1,000 in the schools, so.
Are we able, because I like your idea too about in terms of only getting what we need, just because it is a fair amount. I looked at all of the options late last night, going through all of them in terms of battery power and the lifespan, and I agree that they should be replaced as well. I do agree too that maybe the Apple Pencil isn't something that's necessarily needed. That would save a few $100. And yeah, I'm in agreement, but we would have to.
I'll make a motion that we buy the 9th generation iPad with Apple Care and a smart keyboard cover for under budget. Well, I guess I don't have to make that motion if it's under budget. I'm sorry for talking. Carry on.
Just give direction. So were we able to give administration direction to go ahead with that and just take out the Apple Pencil if everyone's in agreement?
Yep.
Yep, we got it.
Oh, yeah.
Got it?
Huh?
Sounds good.
Sorry, buddy.
You happy?
Sure.
Okay. We can move forward then to number 7 for a request for decision for town development. I'll leave it to you.
Yeah, so it was a priority of the last council, development in town, residential, light industrial, commercial, was a priority, and at the last council meeting, council requested that we bring this item forward for discussion at the new council. Council was interested particularly in municipally controlled corporation, development corporation, to see what results that might yield. And so we're just bringing this item forward, just transitioning it right over to the new council, seeing what council would want. You could just wait and to see how these conversations play out at the strategic planning session, or you could direct administration to get to work on a kind of a best practices study of municipal development with initial report back to council in December.
Can you remind me of when our strategic meeting is again?
I believe it's the 27th and 8th.
29th and 30th, isn't it?
No. There's an orientation meeting the 29th and 30th, and there's a strategic planning session November 26th and 27th. So that's not too far off.
Would
Councillor Cutler?
Would administration have time before the 26th and 27th to come up with a little explanation of what MCC is and how that would look in a situation like this at our strategic planning? So, I mean, we've had a little bit of that input and understanding, but to get the whole council on board with what that is and how that works?
Yes, if it's just specific to an MCC,
Yeah.
yes, we can have something ready.
Because I think it'd be fair for the newcomers to come in to have that idea. Sorry.
Yeah, this is extremely important to the development of Claresholm due to the funding cutbacks from our provincial government and lack of funding. This is very important, and we need to look into this very closely.
We are definitely in the transition time of how development works, how private business cooperates with municipalities. So it's something that communities our size used to not think about, but it's time to move forward. I would make a motion.
And your motion is?
Oh,
I would like to include in that P3, like private-public partnerships, because I feel like that's also an option. for us to move ahead with developments in Claresholm.
So
It's a private company, us,
P3 is different than MCC?
yes.
Oh, okay. Sorry, it went over my head. But you're right, the P3 is a private, public, and, great.
Would that be possible?
Yeah, yes. Yes.
Sorry, waiting for it to get caught up. So do we have a motion to go forward with both the P3 and the MCC? Is that correct, Counselor?
Yes, Councillor
Councillor?
Carlson would like to direct administration to complete the overview of the development opportunities in town, best practices of municipal development, including municipally controlled development corporations, and the overview prepared by December 13th, 2021, at the council meeting, including public-private partnerships.
Very impressed. Question?
We made a change.
Just one moment. It's been modified just a little bit, so we're working on it.
Yep. Right?
Okay, all right. Moved by Councillor Carlson to direct administration to complete an overview of development opportunities in town, best practices for municipal development, including municipally controlled development corporations and public-private partnerships, and that the overview be prepared for council's strategic planning session on November 28th and 29th, 2021.
Any other questions or concerns with that?
I think it sounds good.
All in favor? Wonderful. Motion passed. We'll move on to number 8, the information brief, the letter of support from the Skate Park Association. Gabe?
Just for your information, we did provide a letter of support to the skate park, Claresholm Skate Park Association for grant funding for a skate park. Normally, we do try to have these items to council for approval prior to issuing the letters. Sometimes, however, timing is of the essence, and we get those out immediately. We always bring it to you to inform you. In addition, council has supported similar letters previously, so this is just for your information here. We always encourage the community groups. Anytime a group is getting behind a grant application and all they need is a letter of support, we're usually pretty easy to work with, I guess. So, and we appreciate all the work that the groups do. So,
We don't need to motion for that. That's been completed, correct?
yeah.
Perfect. So we can move on to number 9, the information brief, the RCMP virtual town hall.
We will be having a virtual town hall. The RCMP will be having it at Nanton and Claresholm detachments on the 28th at 3 o'clock. And it will be hosted in this room here, broadcast to the town's YouTube channel. So we're just bringing this to council's attention and to the community's attention, whoever might be watching. Encourage people to attend electronically and also submit questions. If you have questions for the the RCMP, you can send those questions to info@claresholm.ca. And so the RCMP are just preparing, I guess, a State of the Union type address to our communities.
Is this thought that it would be a bit of an annual affair or every 6 months, or have they given any indication they're thinking on that?
No indication on that. Yeah, so I think this is this the first time they're doing it? Yeah. So if it's well attended, and I think they'll probably be open to doing it again.
Yeah, I believe the new sergeant's just trying to get out there and make that community connection. I think it's something that they will look at as a ongoing process. We get updates every meeting from the RCMP regarding our stuff around here, but I think with the collaboration in Nanton and Claresholm, they're just trying to make people understand what's going on, kind of getting rid of all that fake news out there regarding policing and stuff, so.
Fair enough. I sat briefly in on the one that they had in Fort McLeod, and they brought in some regional folks as well, so it was a pretty good overview.
Yeah.
Anything else to add to that? We're able to move on to number 10, information brief, the state of public health care. Abe?
The last council, much like the town development conversation, had a brief conversation at the last council meeting about healthcare in Claresholm, the retention committee as well, and their efforts to recruit and retain doctors, and the discussion went into potentially nurse recruitment as well. The council asked that this item be forwarded to this council for conversation at the first council meeting. So we haven't received any direction. This is a new council, but it's here to see if you want to give, if council would like to give direction to administration or have that initial conversation here today.
I got lots to say about this one. Sorry, of course. I'm sure you do as well, Councillor Cutler. So yeah, currently Claresholm is short nurses and doctors. And I know that there's been a few, just a few conversations for it. I would personally love to put it into the strategic planning as well for us. I'm not sure if there's a date that we could all sit down and just discuss it into more detail into our strategic planning going forward within Claresholm. I know it isn't exactly the development aspect of it, but I think it's an issue that strongly needs to be addressed within our community, and how to not only attract nurses and doctors, but to be able to retain them for a longer than a 2 to 3 year period time. So just some thoughts.
Question.
Yeah.
Do we have anything in place right now to bring doctors and nurses to our community?
Yeah, we have a physician recruitment retention committee that works on that. And we are in the early conversations about how we're looking at the nurses and the other healthcare staff. Since our meeting last time, we haven't met, so that is still on the agenda to look at as a more serious way of retaining nurses.
Do you have any suggestions? I know you sat on the physician recruitment board. Do you have any suggestions about how we would currently address this at this moment, or would you like to talk about it at a different meeting, set something up, or continue on with the physician recruitment?
Continue on with the physician recruitment.
Pardon me?
Continue on with the physician
Continue on.
recruitment.
So you wouldn't like to add?
No, I think there's some action. I mean, there is some action, and we do have 6 doctors here, so we do have a full doctor's medical clinic right now. So, we've made some strides that way. One of the big concerns right now is COVID and immunizations and nurses and stuff, so it is on the very forefront. It's something that the MD and the town has been working with the members of the physician recruitment, which includes physicians, nurses, and other facilities. So it's something that's right on the forefront. It's right on the front burner. So we'll have a meeting and we'll address it. If there's any other concerns or any other need, I will inform the council.
Any other thoughts?
I would just suggest that it probably is appropriate for the committee to, lead council in some degree on this matter, because they're looking at it specifically and intently themselves, and where we can help, we certainly will, but I think it's the lead of the committee to inform council of the best strategies there.
If nothing else, we can move on. So I guess at this time, there'd be nothing further for administration. We would just move on until we can hear from the physician recruitment.
Yeah.
Moving on to number 11, the information brief and important dates. Abe?
We have a busy month. So just to bring everybody's attention to the important dates coming up. There is an in-house council orientation coming up this Friday and Saturday. Facility tours and orientation from 5 to 8:30 on Friday, and then on Saturday, facility tour, department presentations, and question and answer from 9 to 1:30. Is everybody going to be able to make it to that? Okay. Good, good. We will plan accordingly. November 15th is regional council orientation, and that's with the legal people. I think it's Brownlee Law that's going to do that. That'll be over at the community center, and that will be joint with the MD, with Nanton, and with Stavely. And there is a legislated requirement that council has an orientation within 90 days of being sworn in. So the orientation that happens this week is an in-house Clares Home related documents. Brownlee's going to go over the kind of more legal questions about code of conduct bylaw, pecuniary interest. They will cover all of those important conversations from a legal perspective on the 15th. And then, of course, there's the AUMA convention, November 17th to 19th. It looks like that will be an in-person event, which is good news. Last year it was a virtual event. We do have hotels booked for all of council. And after this meeting, we will book your spots. Now that we have your names and you're all sworn in, we'll book your spots at the actual convention as well. And then the strategic planning session, November 26th and 27th at the town office. And then lastly, there's an elected officials education program December 2nd and 3rd. You can let us know if you'd like to attend that or if you'd like more information on that. Just connect with me. That's, I believe, an AUMA, an AUMA run program as well. Often a lot of good information there for new councillors or returning councillors as well. Usually they're pretty informative events. So if any of you are interested in that one, just let us know and we can arrange for tickets for you.
I do have questions in some of these. Are they the AUMA convention and any of our other orientations, are we running at 1/3 capacity, or is this going to be part of the restriction program?
I believe the AUMA will be restrictions exemption program. The other events, I don't think it really applies.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was my only question.
And that was just for council's information.
Any questions? Moving forward, we can go to number 12, the information brief, council resolution status. Go ahead. Is this you, Abe?
That's good.
Yeah, just presented for your information. Administration provides a reporting of all the resolutions that council's made, just so it's a good accountability tool to make sure that we're not twiddling our thumbs between meetings, but we're actually doing what you've asked us to do.
Looks good.
Any questions? No. And then moving on to 13, adoption of the information items. Do we have
I'll make a
Motion?
motion to adopt the that one.
Information items as presented.
That's what I said.
Thank you. Ask Councillor Cutler to adopt the information. Question?
Moved by Councillor Cutler to adopt the information items as presented.
Any further questions? All in favor? Motion passed. We will close this meeting and move into in-camera? No?
So we need a motion to come
Oh, a motion to come out? Can we have a motion to come out of this meeting?
Motion to go in
Motion to
camera.
adjourn, thank you.
No.
No. I missed that, sorry. A
Sorry.
motion to go into camera?
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. Could we have a motion to go into camera? A motion to go into camera by Councillor Cutler. Question?
Moved by Councillor Cutler to go in camera at 8:15 for the following items. A is legal, FOIP Section 27, and B is land, FOIP Section 16.
Any questions, concerns? All in favor? Motion passed.
See camera off.
Camera off. Right. Live stream will begin at 8:45. Thank you. Do you need to discuss this, Abe, further, or we just go into the motion for it?
Call for the motion and the question, and then you can have some discussion if you need.
Okay, can we have a motion for the utilities right away? Motion, oh, sorry, I see lots of fingers pointing. Thank you. Motion by Councillor Cutler. Question?
So moved by Councillor Cutler to enter into a utility right-of-way agreement with Fortis Alberta, Inc. The legal land description is Lot 9, Block 4, Plan 7910032, for the purpose of a power line.
Any questions, concerns, comments? All in favor? Motion passed. And we have a motion to
Motion to adjourn?
Jen, thank you. Councillor Carlson? Question?
Moved by Councillor Carlson that the meeting adjourn at 8:46 PM.
All in favor? And that's it. Camera off.